Welcome back to the Metal Lounge. On today's episode, we're going to be ranking the most underrated songs from the biggest bands in metal, discussing the latest news and drama in the scene. Join us for all that and more on today's episode. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Just
chilling.
feels like a Sunday today.
Yeah, it
it's
does.
just very grey outside.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Doesn't feel like proper Saturday vibes.
No,
Especially with you not on the beers.
No, exactly. Yeah, yeah. This list we pretty much made today, so
Yeah, it's very off the cuff.
it's very off the cuff. This whole episode's pretty off the cuff. So, but yeah, basically, I thought the idea the other day and thought, fuck it, we'll just record
It's
it.
a good
and see.
idea.
Yeah. Okay, Forrest. So, what are your top 5 most underrated songs from the biggest bands in the scene right now?
At number 5, I have the biggest whale in the scene, Bring Me the Horizon.
Of course, yeah.
It's got to be from Bring Me. I think this song just went massively under the radar, but Empire by Bring Me, yeah.
Okay.
So it's from Sempiternal,
Yeah.
and when this album came out, everyone knew it was massive. It wasn't one of the singles, but it was the one that really struck a chord with me. Like his vocals are so emotional in it.
Yeah, it's a cracking song. Do you know what? This is funny enough. Obviously, we might have some that cross over. This was basically in my list.
Was it?
Yeah, so I had this one, but I don't think I've quite put it in there, so it's just dropped out of it. But this was the one I picked for Bring Me. So yeah, it's a great shout.
No way.
Yeah.
I love the verse as well. Where he's like, "Remember the throne, run from the walls. We've been surrounded by vicious cycles." Like that's almost like
drop.
a chorus.
Let 'em sing.
Let 'em
that.
sing.
It's a sick song.
That's what it's. That's the brackets is "Let 'em sing."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like massively slept on. Like you get a lot of people talking about Sempiternal and obviously the singles like Shadow Moses and Can You Feel My Heart in recent times. Like House of Wolves even got like a little bit of love.
They play that live, House of Wolves.
They do, yeah. I remember seeing it live. Like, but I don't feel like Empire quite got the love. Like, obviously, Bring Me are massively appreciated, but I think in terms of Bring Me lore, I think that one speaks to me as one of the most underrated.
Yeah, no, that's a great pick. Yeah,
Thank you. I'm glad you agree.
yeah.
At number 4, I've got A Day to Remember, Start the Shooting.
Oh, okay.
Watch your step. To be honest, I wasn't around in the scene when this album came out in like 2006. So I can't remember how it was received, but I know that they didn't release a music video for it and it wasn't one of the singles. But ever since I first had a full run through of that album, that was the one that kind of spoke to me, and like I remember trying to sing it, and like I just really love the melody and like the vibes of that song are just, that whole album is brilliant to be fair, but when people talk about that album, that isn't one they normally pick out.
No, that's one of the, I say even in that album isn't even talked about enough, and that song is one of the ones that just never gets spoken about. So, and that is the one with, is the Monument, or is it's with Monument, and
Monument was a single. It's got plots.
Is that the one with Fast Forward to 2012?
Yeah, Fast Forward to 2012.
Because that's another one that could be.
Yeah, it could be. That's a track
similar.
one though, so I feel like that got kind of some. Was it track one? Maybe.
Yeah,
not.
that's track one. I believe that's track one. Yeah.
I feel like track ones like always have a little bit of like a talk about.
Because I feel like when you talk about Day to Remember's older stuff, everyone just brings up Homesick, or then maybe Common Courtesy, but that's a bit too, that's like in the middle. So I'd say that if they talk about the older albums, it's usually like, oh, I love old A Day to Remember as Homesick.
What Separates Me From You as well.
Yeah, that one as well. Yeah, of course. Yeah. But no one ever talks about the album. Yeah.
No, like they do, but it will be like the Taylor Swift cover. Like that was probably the biggest song.
Yeah.
And then it will be like Monument or Plots Upon the Panhandle. But
that's my favorite Day to Remember song.
It's such a good song. Yeah, it's a classic.
That was, I was looking at doing my list with that, but I was like, that's too. That might be a bit too
There's
high
something
up.
really satisfying about Old Day to Remember. Like I love how like just pure and raw everything is. Like they were much more of a pop punk band back then.
They were, yeah.
But there's so many bands doing that sound. But I do think A Day to Remember brought like something special to that sound. Like I'm glad the route they went down, the more polished and like kind of metalcore vibes they went for. But there's part of me, because that was the first album I heard by A Day to Remember.
Almost Common Courtesy, I think that's what got me into them.
Oh yeah, that's
my
a
favorite
bloody classic.
album.
Yeah. But like when I first heard that album, it kind of takes me back to school. I think it's a bit nostalgic for me. I just remember first getting into metal, and like screaming was like I wasn't really into screaming, and they It's so accessible listening to those.
Was it Jeremy McKinnon that you based your learn how to scream from? Was it him, or was it?
He was one of them. He was more the singing.
Oh, okay.
The screaming was more Devil Wears Prada, Mike Renica, that technique specifically. But I wanted to sound like Sam Carter, but I couldn't. But I love that song. It feels like my personal song. Like I feel like a personal attachment with it. But I've showed it to many friends over the years, and like everyone loves it. At number 3, I have nu metal champions Korn, Children of the Corn, featuring Ice-T.
Oh shit! Okay.
This song is a fucking banger, and it never had a single. It's a really wacky experimental song. Like it's like almost hip hop, and nu metal together. Like it's kind of really creepy and freaky. Like the beat of it is just so weird.
I don't think I've heard this track.
I probably played it.
You probably have.
I loved it growing up as well.
I've only just been like really recently trying to get into Korn, because I do like Korn, but I've never properly gone through and like
never had a Korn phase.
So I've added some Korn into my. No, I never had a Korn phase. I was more like if I was listening to nu metal, I didn't really listen to Slipknot or Korn. It would be obviously the other side. It would be Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park. I've been recently getting into some Korn, and some of their tracks are amazing, but I've not heard that one in particular.
Honestly, this is my favorite Korn song. I'm not. This was actually one of the easiest ones to pick for underrated, because I was like, "What's my favorite Korn song?" And I was like, "Oh my god, that's so underrated." Yeah. It's I think that they Ice-T and Jonathan Davis have a really interesting dynamic. Like Jonathan Davis goes even more creepy and weird than he normally does, because he's got like Ice-T who's just straight rapping. I don't even know what they're talking about. They're talking about like Jonathan Davis has a lyric saying, "I can feel the parents watching me," and he talks about being a little girl, which he loves about talking about.
Right, okay. That is a
little girl like me never fucking liked it. We're taking them all. We're taking them all, yo. And it's got this really low kind of grinding bass going, and it's kind of like a hip hop beat. It's so good. Like there's something special about that song. It's a real like, I can't believe they actually went out there and made it. The song they chose to make of Ice-T was like just so avant-garde and weird.
To go with Ice-T as well.
He was really especially at that time in the 90s. He was even bigger than he is now. Like he was massive. Like he was doing his films and stuff then. He had a massive profile. Not that I remember it being released or anything, but I just know that he was like an even bigger deal back then. So for Korn to do that's
a cool pick.
Yeah, no, I love that song. I want to hear it now, actually. It's such a good song.
I'd like to hear it. We should play it. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'll give it a play. At number 2, we have another nu metal. Linkin Park.
Okay.
Nobody's Listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That is an underrated song. I know it's from Meteor, probably one of the biggest albums ever made. Yeah. But this song it sticks out like a sore thumb, really. And I think it also kind of gets swept under the rug. Like
100%, yeah.
You never hear anyone say, "Oh, Meteor, I love that album. My favorite songs are Nobody's Listening." Yeah. Like, and it would never be
for a time. It was my favorite on the album, and
me too.
I love the Japanese flute in it. I love
that flute.
It's just
is so wacky.
It's so different, and that's what I love about it, and that's what I guess separates it for me in the album. And I think people are just looking for like a heavier or more catchier song, and this one I just feel like it was special for a unique reason, and it's a fucking banger as well. But
it's so good. Like it's just got this weird like vibe. I've never heard a song like that really, with that flute in nu metal. Like and it's not just like, oh, I like it because it's different. It's actually a good song. I really love the rapping in it. Like Mike Shinoda's rapping is some of the best I've ever heard in that song, and the instrumental is so ahead of its time. Like they actually JPEG Mafia actually has a song that he dropped last year, and I've got a feeling it's inspired from Nobody's Listening, because it also has a weird flute in it. It's called Scaring the Hose, and the whole concept of the song is like music you shouldn't. The song that JPEG Mafia's made is like a song you shouldn't play around, like when you've got like a girl round, like because it's going to scare the hose.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Linkin Park, because I kind of purposely didn't put Linkin Park in because...
Oh, did you not?
No, like
I was expecting you to have like 5.
Yeah, I mean, I do have 5, but I was like, oh, you know what? For me, it's a weird one, and Nobody's Listening was in my list for it. If I was to pick Linkin Park, it would be Nobody's Listening.
Wavelength.
Yeah, because that is, I think it was 56th in... I'm doing it through Apple Music, so...
56th, wow.
56th out of like 100 and something. But the one I would have picked which might have been one of my honourable mentions for my list, but is Wastelands by Linkin Park. That is, it's just, you never hear people talk. Yeah, there you go, yeah.
Yeah, I like that song.
Yeah, it's just a really good song, and that's 110th. That's like one of that's technically one of the worst Linkin Park songs, apparently. But for me, it's one of my favourite songs.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah, so just a really good... It's nowhere near as good as Nobody's Listening, but I think the fact that it was 110th is crazy to me. So that's why it's quite... If you like Linkin Park, I'd say check that song out, because that one you might not even hear. Like, no one ever plays that song. But yeah, Nobody's Listening is an absolute banger, and for that to be 50-something is crazy. There's so many songs that...
You know what? I think that's kind of fair, to be fair, because Linkin Park have so many
That's the
good
point.
songs.
That's the kind of why I didn't put them in, because I feel like I'm a bit biased with it as well, but it would have... They've got too many good songs.
There's an argument to say no Linkin Park songs are underrated, even Nobody's Listening, because even though there's no video for it, like one of the factors I wanted to put in is I didn't want any songs with music videos. Even though there's no music video for it, like Linkin Park are the biggest metal band, the most listened to metal band, so therefore you can't really call them underrated. But as the rules were the biggest bands in metal, I thought one of us had to bring it up.
Yeah.
So
I imagine we'll have the same artists for that. Like, I mean, I could have put in Bring Me the Horizon as well. I could have done Linkin Park, and you might even have one more that's the same. So
yeah.
But yeah.
That leads me on to number one. So this one is less wacky than the other ones. The other ones I've kind of chosen like songs that are underrated by nature, and that's the top priority, whereas this song is just, I just love it personally.
Okay, yeah.
Is Poltergeist by Deftones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's my favourite Deftones song ever. There's no music video for it. It's off Corner Your Calm, which is well respected, but it's by no means their biggest album. And oh my God, is it a banger. It's just, if someone had never heard Deftones, this is the song I'd play them, because it's got everything. It's got the kind of like heavy distorted guitar, the flow, the songwriting is unbelievable. It goes from the heavy guitar into a really cool verse with shouts, kind of like sassy shouts, and then it like oozes into the chorus, and the chorus is just like fucking ecstasy, like just Chino's like moany vocals on it, and the lyrics are great. It's a really well balanced song. It's got claps in it as well, which are really cool. Like that's where you might recognize it. I've definitely played it around you before. It's just got those claps. It's like duh, duh, duh. I just think that's iconic, like including claps like that.
To be fair, I'll say what an underrated one for me for Deftones. So obviously I don't really know too much Deftones, but I love the song Minerva. Is that an underrated one?
Minerva's not underrated.
Is it not? No. Okay, that's my favourite Deftones song.
It's a brilliant Deftones song. Yeah. That's a road pick.
I feel like I never see that on anyone's, like, if anyone's talking about Deftones, I never hear Minerva. And I always think that's the one I love.
It's because it's from an underrated album, but it was the lead single from the self-titled album. I think it was the first one they released.
Right.
That's interesting. You know, hot take. I actually don't like that song that much.
Really?
I wouldn't say I don't like it. Like, I like every Deftones song.
Yeah, but it's one of the. It's not the.
But when
down your list.
Yeah, I think that it's. I respect the songwriting in it. I think it's really interesting. I haven't heard a song like that, but just sonically, it doesn't go to the places I want it to go to. But it's an interesting song.
So that's overrated.
Maybe
we'll do that next.
I wouldn't say overrated. That's a good one we can do next. I wouldn't say overrated, but maybe for that album, I wouldn't have led with that song. Okay. Like I think there's more interesting songs on there. Like that album is fucking special though. Like I love the way that they won a Grammy. Like they were critically acclaimed with White Pony.
Yeah.
And then they released their self-titled album, and they just go as like a weird heavy direction with like, I know Minerva's not that heavy, but some of the songs on that album are like really weird. Yeah, I'll stop myself talking about Deftones. We'll be here all night. Separate episode. But yeah, so that's my top 5.
Yeah, that's a good top 5. Yeah, Thank you. Very solid picks.
I thought I wanted to go for bigger bands, and that's why I mainly went for new metal bands, because they're kind of a lot bigger than
there are some of the biggest
bands
bands in the scene.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into the top 5, I've got just a quick honourable mention I wanted to speak about, and it's another huge band in the scene right now, and it is Mr. Jack by System of a Down.
Oh,
so it's probably
one of
my favourite System of a Down songs, which I just don't think people talk about at all.
No.
I literally never hear people talk about Chop Suey and BYB, but this never gets brought up, and it's number 48 in their whole discography, and it's obviously they don't have that many songs, to be fair.
No, they don't. That's quite low.
They're all bangers, so this is really far down on System of a Down's discography.
It's got like quite an emotional depth to it.
Yeah, it's quite
like,
an interesting song.
Yeah,
the chorus really is quite catchy, and it's just a pretty decent song. So I
think that album, like, there was something really special and raw about it. Like, it's definitely their least, because it was their first album, I think. It's definitely their most raw and like unprocessed album in a way. There's a lot of kind of potential you see there, and then it was later realized. But I do kind of like it, like listening to bands' first albums and seeing like what they sounded like before, because they definitely got a sound from like Toxicity. But before that, like the Hand album, the self-titled, that was when they were like finding it, and it was like almost there.
So this is still your album, isn't it?
Yeah, still this album.
What year was that, do you know?
It was like 90, I'm going to say like 96. 96, and then 98 was self-titled, and then 2000 was, I'm pretty sure. I need to check that though.
Yeah, okay. That's just thought I'd just throw
Excellent
that one
shout.
in.
I love that song. That was a standout for me on that album. I think my favourites were, I really like IEAO.
Yeah, that's one of their top songs, I think. That one. That actually, I played that a lot recently. The Vows one. Yeah, for some reason I get really in the mood for that. Specific. Sometimes I'm like, I just get really in the mood for a System of a Down song, and that one is always pops up. And Aerials is always a big one. I always love going to. But yeah, those two are the ones I sort of go towards.
But Mr. Jack is in my top 3 on that album, actually, for sure.
Yeah. I just sort of looked and I thought, I was surprised to see that so low. Like, it's not one of my favorite System of a Down songs, but it is, but it's not like, there's probably still like 10, 15 that I like over it. It's just, I'm surprised it's that far down. That low, Okay, so getting into number 5, we do have a band that's going to be on topic for this episode.
Don't say Linkin Park.
It's not Linkin Park for once. I mean, they could all be Linkin Park.
They're always
that's for
topic.
Sure. And they always will be. But number 5 is Asking Alexandria with the song Let It Sleep, which is quite controversial.
Wow.
Because it's not a Danny song.
Wow.
But I actually love this album.
You know what? I don't even know how that song goes.
And that's why it's underrated, because I'm so surprised that it's number 92 out of their whole discography.
I love that you got the figures.
I've got the Apple stats. And it's honestly one of my favourite songs. It's just a really good like metalcore song. Like it's just, it's just a great song, and the screams in it are amazing. It's a really catchy chorus. Like, it's got all of the elements you want in it. Let us sleep, let us sleep. I can't really do. I'm not really good at like. It's got quite a catchy, repetitive chorus.
Do you say "I'll let it slip away"? What one's that one? I let it slip away, let it carry me softly.
That does not sound like any of them. No. The opening of the track's so good.
I do remember this song.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that evil choir. Oh, it's track 1.
Yeah. I don't actually know it's track 1.
I won't give in.
It's
That's
good
what
song.
I was thinking.
Yeah, that's quite high rated, I think. Also, Sometimes It Ends is quite an underrated one from that album. But yeah, this whole album was obviously, it's controversial because it's Dennis and it's not Danny.
At the moment it's probably quite.
Yeah, people are like, bring back Dennis.
A lot of people are listening to this right now.
Yeah, so if you are, check out Let It Sleep, because it probably is my favorite song on that album. And as I said, it's just really underrated. I love
that evil choir. I love how loud it is. Like, normally it's like in the background and people are like, I'll just have it atmospheric, but that's like a proper like prominent instrument in that section. Really cool.
Yeah, it's just got all the elements, I think, just to make a good song.
The last time. Very catchy hook there.
Yeah, just a solid metalcore banger in my opinion. It deserves a bit more love.
It does. All right, moving on.
Okay, so getting into number 4, we do have Architects. And did you bring up Architects? You didn't, did you?
No, I didn't.
No.
I wanted to, but I didn't think any were underrated to me. That I like.
Okay, so this one's probably the highest on my list, and it is Discourse is Dead from
that's a good one.
What's the album called?
For Those Who Wish to Exist.
Yeah. I could have picked a couple from this album, to be fair. It's my favourite Architects albums, so I was probably going to always pick something from this.
Bias.
But I could have picked Impermanence as well. I think that's a really good song on the album.
I feel like that's quite rated though, isn't it?
I think that was 20-something, 23rd. So I didn't pick that. This was 31st, which it's probably the highest on this list, so it still gets a bit of love. But I feel like
you personally really like it.
Yeah, and it's probably... Oh, is it my favourite? No, it's probably not my favourite on the album, but it's out of the ones that aren't the singles or, the ones people
Matt's
talk about.
favourite on the album.
Really?
Yeah, I remember when he first listened to it.
It's a really good song. And
I always think of Matt when I hear it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It used to be my favourite heavy one on the album.
Yeah.
But now I think I do prefer Impermanence.
Yeah, that's fair.
Overtook it.
Yeah. But no, I just think it's a great song, and I think it deserves definitely a bit more love. But
yeah, I agree. Probably a close one. I'd say it's almost just rated, but yeah, it's kind of like just underrated.
Yeah. So the way I think I spoke about this.
Does it have a video
before? It doesn't have a video. No.
That speaks volumes.
So, and also if you think about Architects, I kind of view them as two separate bands now. So I feel like out of the modern era of Architects, this is still one of the lowest sort of performing songs from them. And if you look at like old Architects, obviously all their songs will be less popular, but the way I see it is like a good example would be These Colours Don't Run Out. It's one of my favourite heavy Architect songs, and that's lower than this.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call that song underrated. I'd call this song.
At the time, that was fucking viral.
Yeah, that was one of their most popular, wasn't it?
That I remember that coming out. It was the biggest song in the scene. That's definitely not underrated. Like, and for years and years afterwards, everyone would look forward to You Had It All, You Fucking Pigs. Every gig, every festival, people would go and see them just to try and get a video of that.
Yeah. Getting into the top 3. So coming in at number 3 is similar band to Architects, We Came as Romans, and I've got From the First Note.
Oh, I fucking love that
which
song.
I believe it has a music video, but it's such a good song, and it was one of my favourite songs again from Architect from my favourite Architect song from from Bromans, and and it's coming in at number 63, which is. I was shocked. I was honestly like, I was expecting it to be in their top 20. Like I was like, this is like, because it's also a single, isn't it?
I think the reason is because it's not from an album.
That's what I was about to say. I don't think it's from an album, is it?
It's a single that released outside of an album. Period.
Yeah.
It was just after the vocalist died. I've forgotten his name now, but they brought out 2 songs. Carry the Weight and From the First Note. I think Carry the Weight got a little bit more.
It did, yeah. I remember seeing that higher up.
But for me, I was From the First from the First Note guy. That's actually what got me massively more into We Came as Romans. I
understand that's one of the first ones I heard where that sort of brought me into them properly, and I was these guys are sick.
I don't mean to belittle it in a way, but like there's something about that song and in some other songs they make that almost sound a little bit Disney in a way.
Okay.
That I really like. Disney. Like there's like a certain like melody that sounds really magical and like kind of wholesome and like really nice. And because they're talking about their obviously dead mate, it's really powerful, and like that Disney is the only way I can really describe it. But there's also a song called Golden on the album
I
afterwards.
love Golden,
and Golden really reminds me of From the First Note. And also there's a song Cold Like War.
That is my favourite Bromans song. Yeah, I love that song so much. All those 3 songs,
like less Cold Like War, but there's a little element of it. But those 3, they're 3 of my favourites as well, and they kind of like tap into this like magical sort of kind of like wholesome. I don't know. I can't. I don't really have the words to describe it. But
I kind of get what you're trying to say.
Similar.
Yeah.
Also, I need to listen to it and analyze it again.
Another one from them is Hope. I've been listening to that recently. That's a really good song. I think it's a bit older, but that's a banger as well. I don't know if that's underrated or not, but I love that song.
But maybe now.
Yeah, that's a good one. But Golden is actually another shout. That's one of my favourite from that album. So they've got a lot of good underrated songs for that show.
I've got a lot of mileage out of Golden and From the First Note.
Yeah.
I will say I don't go back to it as much, but it's probably because I've overplayed it. But I probably will do in the future.
Well, coming in at number 2, we've got a recurring artist.
Yeah.
So it is A Day to Remember.
A Day to Remember. I thought there might be.
Do you want to guess what you think it is?
Plots on the Panhandle?
No, that was number 30, so I didn't include it. That's 2 rated for me personally. But that is my favourite, as I said.
Of Common Courtesy.
It is of Common Courtesy. And it is...
Sometimes You're the Hammer?
No, it's officially the lowest rated on Apple Music Common Courtesy song.
Really? That's interesting.
And it's I Remember.
Ah.
I don't know
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I don't know how
I'm not a massive fan of that.
It's one of my favourites on the album. So
Really?
when I rated the album, I think it was like a year ago, I gave that like a 9, which is obviously quite high. And I just love the song. And I was like, why is this so far down? Number 91 or something it got, which is mental.
I don't think that's like so much testament to that being a bad song. I think just that album is so good, like the level is just so high, and also that song is a little bit different to what A Day to Remember doing. It's a bit like Nobody's Listening to, like not as experimental as Nobody's Listening, but that song doesn't kind of subscribe to A Day to Remember's normal songwriting in a way. Like it's a bit more, from what I remember, it's kind of like it's a bit different to what they normally do, isn't it? It's a bit more of a story and kind of like talking about the past.
The way I kind of see it is if there might be, the reason it sort of falls under the radar is maybe because they've got songs that are similar to I Remember that are better. That's the only way I could see it. But I don't know, because I feel like it still subscribes to the same pattern of a classic A Day to Remember song. It's still
maybe
catchy.
I'm thinking of another one off that album. Isn't there one? What is it? One towards the end, I remember as well.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why, because it's a long album and it's one of the last.
Yeah.
And every song is really good. So by the time they get there, they're like, oh shit, I've got to get to work.
Yeah. Another thing is it does have that really long period in the track where it's just them talking.
Oh no, it is the song I'm thinking of.
That might be why it's brought down.
Yeah.
When they talk about like the first time they saw snow. And
I am thinking of that. Yeah. It's because it's a bit different.
To me, it's just another catchy banger from them, though. Like
but because it has all that fluff on it, it kind of puts people off, because when they go to it, they're like, oh, I don't want to listen to all this.
Maybe they don't put it in their playlist because they don't want to hear all that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I actually took it out of my playlist for that reason. It kept annoying me. Like, oh, fuck.
That's exactly why. Like you don't necessarily, you remember the song, but also you remember them remembering.
Yeah. Okay. I just like the way it kind of it slowly builds that whole song. I feel like it goes up and down quite a lot, and I just think it's a great song. I just think it's
I think there's two things it's got going against it. Is the song length with all the fluff and the talking, which people don't want to listen to, like they just want the bangers. And also with it being right at the end of the album. Yeah.
I think A Day to Remember one of those bands that they have just so many good songs. So like you could just pick the ones that people don't listen to on that specific album and go, they're all underrated. Yeah. So I think that's probably why we both got them in this list, because they just have a bit like Linkin Park for me. They just have loads of good songs. So it's quite easy.
They're so
to pick.
consistent.
Yeah.
All right. What's your number one?
Right. Oh no, I haven't forgotten.
How'd you forget?
I haven't forgotten.
How'd you forget?
I'm not even gonna look at the iPad. I have not forgotten. So you might be surprised that this is going to go into my number one, but again, another reason why I was just shocked to see it so low. And actually, I've always thought that this was never spoken about enough, or I know, it's crazy.
He definitely agrees with you.
So it is Search Party by Shikari.
Oh, that's a good one.
So I think this album and this song in particular doesn't get the love it deserves at all.
Is this a Flash Filled Colour?
Yeah.
I'd say that gets.
The
album does, but not the song.
No, that's true. Is it Arguing with Thermometers?
Arguing with Thermometers.
That gets a bit of love. Yeah, that's on that.
I'd say quite a few do on that album. Like when it came out, like
really,
there was a lot of
I still think there's other Shikari albums get much more love. Like
Snake Pit was a banger at the time.
Yeah. What's the one with
Gandhi Mate Gandhi? It's a bit heavier. It's got like dubstep element to it as well. It has a bit of a cult fan base, a bit like early Bring Me stuff, because it's so heavy and electronic.
This album?
Yeah. But yeah, it didn't get the commercial appeal, but it wasn't going for the commercial appeal. But I don't know, maybe I'm a bit biased because I really got
to be fair, I think you got me into that album, so maybe it has more of a sentimental sort of association attached with it. But I've all of the Shikari that I've listened to,
Yeah, and like the
something's not.
intro song, System to Meltdown, was such a vibe. Like that went kind of semi-viral at one point. Like Meltdown, I reckon, would be quite high up.
But
Snake Pit is a great song.
it's honestly my favorite Shikari song, and
Really?
it's number 53 or something.
I think some of the songs at the end get a little bit slept on as well.
I think the whole album gets slept on, to be fair.
Destabilize was a massive single.
And cool song names as well.
It does, yeah. I suppose,
just a cool album. So there's no songs in their top 10 from the album.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And things like Live Outside, like that's nowhere near as good, but that's one of their most popular songs. It just, you said it does come from a more of a cult following, and it's a bit heavier, and
exactly.
I do see it,
it's less commercially appealing.
Yeah,
but from the like OG and Shikari fans, like I would consider myself kind of there because I have been into them since like Common Dreads and a little bit before. People that have been with them since then. Everyone I know that's into like heavy music and is into Shikari loves that album.
Yeah,
I've and actually it's normally a common spoke about thing. It's a little bit like being into Suicide Season or There Is a Hell with Bring Me and being like, oh, that era was like really good, like stuff before Sempiternal. Like people do like Sempiternal as well. But it's like if you're into Bring Me, then and you've been there from the start, you love those albums.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to my point of there's like almost two different bands within the band.
Exactly. Like, yeah. It's like and Shikari definitely I think that was their last album. They really had like heavy shit.
They sprinkle it in on their in their other albums.
Yeah. The Mind Sweep was when they started to get less heavy.
I do like the Last Garrison. That's a good song.
It's a great album. That.
Yeah.
But that didn't get anywhere near the reception a Flash Flood of Colour did in the time. But it's like Linkin Park. That was the Mind Sweep was like their.
You always bring up Linkin Park.
That was like their what's the fucking album called? One after Meteora.
Minutes Midnight.
No. After Minutes Midnight.
Wait, Meteora.
After Minutes Midnight.
Oh, Thousand Suns. Yeah.
That was a little bit like that, like less experimental. But it was like that was when people started to kind of fall off in Shikari, and that's when they started to build again. That's kind of what I see 1,000 Suns. So then from the Mind Sweep,
that makes sense because people who love, like let's say Linkin Park, would love that album, but it wouldn't get the commercial success of Minutes Midnight or Meteor and that. Yeah, that makes sense. That is the top 5.
Oh, I forgot we were
some
doing
of
that.
our top 5 underrated songs.
A nightmare to edit.
Bit of a quick list, but just some of our underrated songs from some of the biggest bands in the scene we've been listening to. So. I think we've covered a few of the big ones, but maybe we'll do this again and get some more
I'd love to
underrated
do it again,
songs.
Actually. Yeah, maybe we could do underrated albums. That'd be a good one to do.
Or overrated as well.
Yeah, overrated. Yeah, we'll do overrated.
A bit harder to get, but
yeah, it'd be hard to do that. I reckon
you'd have to be like, oh, there's this song a bit naff for what it is. I feel like you just always pick the softer one that everyone like say this like like say like The Spark for not The Spark. What was the song? Live Outside. Like it's a bit like everyone else likes it, but being a more of a older school fan of heavier music, it doesn't get shouldn't get that sort of love. But I do like a soft song, to be fair. I don't always necessarily need
you like it more than me.
Yeah, I can actually appreciate a lot of the soft songs, but I know sometimes even with that song I'm like it just isn't an amazing song. I don't actually get why it's
literally
popular,
just appealing to a bigger audience. You get more fans and more money. It is selling out a little bit in my eyes. When a heavy band writes a song like that, and it's like, occasionally you're going to write a fucking amazing song and it's going to be unbelievable, but like it's kind of like that this is going to bring in a reaction, this is going to like bring more fans, but it comes with a cost, and I think it should be done sparingly.
Yeah, I agree.
That's one of the things I like about Bring Me, actually. I don't think they've ever done that. Like, what is Bring Me's softest song, do you reckon? I'd say like Sleepwalking. That was one of their first like lighter songs. Then Follow You.
Follow You, yeah.
But they're still like got energy and like pop. They're not ballads. They're not like. I like that Bring Me still keep the energy even on their softer songs.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And that's probably why I've liked them for so long, because they've never really. Like even Ammo, like their lightest song is a pop album, but it's still
Ammo's always the album that people go, this was too experimental for more of the hardcore fans. So yeah, Ammo in general, I guess. Yeah, but they still had some, that's one of the mantras in a mantra, and they still got some really big songs. Yeah, but everyone always says that the album's just a bit. I actually think Ammo is a really good car album. I always associate that, like, when you kind of certain music just appeals to you in certain different situations. Like Ammo is actually always if I was driving, I'd stick on Ammo more than I'd listen to it like at work or at home. I don't know why. There's just certain albums that I enjoy more. I don't know why. I don't know why that's a driving album. Might not. That might be a really weird, controversial
really
opinion.
Weird take, yeah.
But yeah, it might be a weird take. But yeah, that's.
I can't relate as I don't drive, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah. All right, shall we move on to the state of the scene?
State of the scene. We got some stuff happening.
So all I've been seeing on my newsfeed recently is people criticizing Asking Alexandria.
Yes.
So their Warped Tour performance, I'm sure you would have heard of it, but if you haven't, it was bad.
It was, yeah. I've currently only seen a snippet of it because my ears couldn't take the performance. I genuinely agree. I usually like to be a bit optimistic, especially a band I love so much. But I think seeing it live, you know how it's supposed to sound live as well. And I think if you just go to gigs, and if you haven't seen Ask Alexandria and you just know the music, you can tell that it's poor. It really is. You can tell he's not really trying. I know they've been doing the backing screams for a while, haven't they?
Yeah.
But even then, like you take away that part of it, his vocals, no matter what, just seem really lazy and half-assed and.
You can tell he doesn't want to do it. You can tell he doesn't want to. Yeah, I was going to say a big factor is he doesn't help himself with his outfit. He's literally dressed up like Kanye. Like he's wearing like a massive like black coat, black boots, a hood up. You can't see his face, and it's like people want to see your emotion and stuff. Like, did he have a big spot or something? Like, what, like why cover up your face like that? Like, it's like he's decision. Embarrassed to be there and doing that, and he's like just there for the money. Like that's the kind of impression I get from it. I think that like he could play this a lot better if he wanted to be more like Kanye and spark a reaction. Like do something interesting. Like literally, I don't know. Like he could have like used auto tune and like gone like fucking crazy. Like. Release a new song like at Warped Tour and like make a statement, like make effort to appease your art. If you don't want to be there, don't fucking be there. Like if you don't want to play those songs but you have to play those songs, there's ways to make a statement with effort. I think that's what people are most annoyed about, is that his lack of like energy and his lack of like effort that he's put in.
It's been coming, hasn't it? I mean, we've seen them live quite recently. I mean, I've seen them quite a couple times, and I feel like every time I see Asking Alexandria, they do get worse every single time. So you can tell it's not even just a.
You saw them with Dennis.
I did, yeah. First. That's probably their best performance.
But yeah, it was brilliant.
Maybe the first year I saw Danny was quite good. Just as good as maybe Danny, but that was probably good because it was Danny, and I was like, oh my god, it's Danny. But after that, even that performance, what I felt wasn't like, that was only cool because I said it was Danny. I was like, oh, this is quite special. Hearing him actually sing, the lyrics I want to hear, because I hadn't seen them with Danny before that. But yeah, every year he's just got a bit lazier. It's a bit. I think they stopped playing certain songs from old albums. You could tell we kind of just can't be bothered with all that stuff, and it's very weird. Like. I'd say if you're just going to go in that direction, A, why rejoin the band? And B, why don't you just stop being a band if you're going to not do it properly? And I think a lot of fans and a lot of proper hardcore fans will see right through that. You can't do things, especially live, half-hearted, because you're going to get found out immediately. And that's exactly what happens. And it's not even the fact that he's dropped off. He's been dropping off slowly for the years. And this Warped Tour has been I think he's sort of hit. I don't know what's happened, but it's gotten drastically worse.
Well, I would say when we saw them at Slam Dunk, was it, or Trees?
So recently,
Slam Dunk.
I wasn't at that Slam Dunk.
Oh, was you not?
I was at Trees. I realised I was at Trees the year before that. No, sorry, not Trees. Download. Didn't play Trees. Download 2023. I saw them. You saw them Slam Dunk 2024. You've seen them more recently than me, I believe.
Okay, so that Slam Dunk 2024, I'm telling you, that was just as bad, if not worse, than Warped Tour.
Really?
I think it was actually worse.
God.
Yeah, it was. He didn't have the get up. He didn't have the black Kanye Yeezy get up.
Yeah.
But it was lazy. It was, I think, because Warped Tour has this massive spotlight on it. So like it means a lot. Like it's the first one back as well, so there's even more pressure.
Yeah,
and everyone was so excited to see them, and then they're served that. Whereas like in the UK, because they're from UK, and like everyone's kind of known that like that Danny's a bit shit live, and like his heart's not quite in it for the older stuff. He was still pretty good for the newer stuff, and like he had a bit of energy about him.
That's definitely what I found when I saw them. He performed, I think it was like Alone in the Room, like really well, and then you play one of the older tracks and it would just be like, oh, he's just
yeah, you can tell he doesn't want to do it.
It's
because their older stuff's so popular that it demands an audience. It demands to be played. But yeah, it was so bad. I remember doing a Metal Lounge episode. I'll try and edit like an older clip in at some point. But yeah, we spoke about it. I can't remember who it was with. But I remember saying how bad it was and like slating them. And I was like, like this isn't good enough. I think it was Matt. It was Matt. Yeah, me and Matt spoke about it. But yeah, it's Danny's got this attitude that like he's in a massive band, and he's just above all the like
he's arrogant, isn't he?
He's arrogant. He's like, I don't need to care. Like I've already made it.
He's got that rock star kind of persona.
I've already made it. Look at like he's looking at Guns N' Roses, who sound fucking terrible. Like I watched a recent video, and like other Bond. It's like, but Danny, like you are literally still like in your 40s. You're not in like the biggest band ever. Like Alexandria are a big band, but they're not fucking Bon Jovi level. They're not. They're not like, that. You still kind of need to put effort in, because 100%. you haven't quite made it. You've got past this first threshold, but there's another threshold which he thinks he's in, but he's actually still here. And I think that's the issue.
Yeah, I wouldn't put them even as big as Architects and bands like that. I don't even think they're probably, because they've got.
Well, I'd say they're Architects level.
I mean, currently, as
they haven't got the respect of Architects. No. That's one thing.
Well, that's a band you could try and compare them to. Like, I don't think that's like
they've got
lower
2.9 million monthly listeners. I know monthly listeners isn't everything, but also they've broken America in a way. Architects haven't quite done that. So Architects do have actually more, 3 million. But yeah, I'd say yeah, like currently, Alexandria are probably bigger in my eyes than Architects, because they've kind of broken America. They've kind of got that octane core radio bangers. Like Architects have just started to delve into that, but they're still seen as a heavier band. But Architects have infinitely more respect, and I think the damage that Danny's done to Alexandria is going to be hard to repair. I think that like there's a lot of pressure on Danny right now. Like
I was about to say, so what do you think should be their next step as a band? Do you think they should get rid of Danny? Do you think they just need to go like, Danny, sort this out? Or
I think it's almost too late for that. I think like, you need to have the conversation. You need to give him the chance, but it's obvious he doesn't want to be there. I don't think a conversation is going to change that. So I think that you have the conversation, you ask the leading questions, and then you end up with him saying, yeah, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. He only wants to be in it for the wrong reasons. He doesn't like the music. He doesn't like the art. He's been trying to turn Alexandria into this like rock kind of, 80s rock band. And it's like, people like a little bit of that, but Alexandria is seen as they were playing Warped Tour. They're seen as a scene metalcore band.
Yeah, that's how they got.
I think they should lean into that again, because they would have great success.
And also that sort of music's getting, I feel like it's taken almost a rebirth. Like that style of music is what they used to do. If they could kind of just replicate what they did in 2009 or whatever, make it more well produced, and they could get massive. Like if they went that direction and just did what they did before, they could get massive. But I guess they just want to go down the more commercialized route, and they're just not doing it successfully.
Yeah, it's like they need. Yeah, they had a really poor album actually, the one with House on Fire. Yeah, that really did not go down well. Yeah, and that does.
Well, do you know what? It's funny saying that. I actually do quite like a lot of the new Alexandria stuff. Like, I prefer the older stuff, but I'm not a hater for any of their music. To be fair,
which albums though?
I like that album that you said, House on Fire. Yeah,
that did not do well.
and I do like the one with Void. Is quite a good album. But it's not amazing. Like it's just solid music to listen to. Like, I'm not gonna go like, oh, I love them. The album. It's like if I listen to it, it's not offensive, and it's playing safe. And sometimes if you play it safe in the music world, you're taking a big risk. Like,
you know what song I loved and I still love is from their latest album. Yeah, the one you said, Dark Void.
Dark Void, yeah.
Dark Void
really like
is an amazing song.
Yes, it's a really good song.
Where do we go from here? 2023.
Yeah, I prefer like House on Fire to that album.
I didn't even hear that.
That's a forgettable album. Yeah,
I hated like a House on Fire so much. I didn't mind House on Fire the song, but all the other ones didn't.
Actually, yeah, I don't really remember them that well, so it can't have been that good.
Yeah, I loved this album though. The 2017.
What was the first album they? Oh, that's the album I'm actually thinking of. Alone in the Room. Sorry, I got confused. Sorry, that album. That's that self-titled one.
Yeah, see that
when
that
they
was
came
brilliant.
Back. Yeah, okay. No, I do agree.
Brilliant, but everything post 2017,
really
apart from Dark Void, has been shit.
I fully agree. I wouldn't go that strong.
Yeah,
but I do agree. Has
been below par.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think they've hit par on any of the albums.
No.
Even Where Do We Go From Here? Even that album, I think, is below par.
Dark Void was a birdie, and then the rest is double bogeys.
Dark Void was almost hole in one. It was like Albatross, I'd say.
Really?
I think it's fucking amazing.
It is a really good song. I wouldn't go that far, but
well, I think the reason it impressed me so much is because how poor their albums were.
Yeah, so it's like, oh my god, they've released something okay.
Yeah, no, my expectations were so low, and then I just heard that song, and I think I saw it on Instagram or something, and I was like, oh my god, that.
Yeah, that's been in my playlist a lot. It's really good. Yeah,
yeah,
really
it's had a lot of mileage. But yeah, it's a difficult problem to solve, and you know, I almost don't trust the band to solve it because they've tried to solve it. They got Dennis in, they got him back.
Did I hear that they don't even think it was bad, or I don't know?
No. They think it's bad.
Okay, that might have been a comment, or
so what I've seen is I watched the video, and when they get off stage, you can feel the anger towards Danny. Like they're always giving him side eye, and they're like pissed off. They know it's shit.
Yeah, okay.
Also, the sound isn't right because like on stage, like. It cuts to James, the drummer, and he you can see him lips say it's so loud, or like his drum mix just wasn't right or something, and like he's just saying like it's so fucking loud. Like they weren't happy with the sound. So I think I didn't notice the instrumentals being that bad, but like maybe that contributed to them being not as good. And also afterwards, one of the members actually tweeted an apology.
I saw that.
Bassist,
Yeah, I think it was bassist.
He's never talked on social media before. Apparently, he's like a ghost.
Okay,
but that's a one time he came out. I think he did end up deleting it or something. But yeah. So it's obviously
annoying when like they have to. I'd love it if they were just more honest with it. If they just came out and were like, "Hey, we fucked up, guys. We're gonna fix this and we're gonna go better." I'd rather hear that than like them say they should hide it and then sort of like pretend it didn't happen. I'd rather them actually come out and probably apologise to the fans, people that paid money to go see them, and just be a bit take it on the chin.
Yeah, I think that like the advice from all the business people and the record label is kind of outdated advice, and they're like, I'll just keep it under wraps, like let them feed on scraps, and we'll sort things out internally. But I think you don't like. Things are different now with the internet and people talk, and you can't get away with that anymore. I think you do need to be more transparent with things, but we don't know what it's like behind the curtain. But yeah, it's disappointing. I feel bad for those people that in America that went to Warped Tour and saw that awful performance. But honestly, I do think
could have seen another band at that time, maybe.
Yeah, you could. I do think it has been slightly exaggerated. Like it was bad. Don't get me wrong, but when I looked back and I heard all the response, and I was like, oh my god, this is going to be terrible. And I think because I already saw them at Slam Dunk, I knew that they were kind of shit then. And I was like, it's kind of the same as what I saw at Slam Dunk, maybe a bit worse. But honestly, it wasn't. I didn't really think that much of it until the last song, the final episode.
Oh, okay.
And the final episode was absolutely dire.
I need to probably watch the. I'd like to.
Have you not seen the final episode?
No, I only looked at a little bit of the footage and
you still thought it was bad.
Yeah, I literally probably watched about 30 seconds and was like, this is honestly awful. So really? I need to probably watch it all. But
yeah, maybe I'm being too
I've seen all the backlash, but yeah, it's just, no, I think I think you're being no, you're not being that harsh, are you? I think I looked at that like 30 seconds clip and I was like, this is garbage. This is like,
it's got to be bad because of the response.
Yeah, the backlash that I've seen on social media.
But I think that it's the final episode that was the standout bad one. I think if the final episode wasn't so bad, you wouldn't have got the
get the final episode up.
All right. Ready? Yep. All right. So you just saw the Alexandria final episode performance at Warped Tour. What did you think?
Well, that might be their final song they ever played because that was fucking shite. Like, the backing track saved the vocals, and that we shouldn't be saying that.
No.
Like, he almost was ruining the backing track at points. Yeah. Like, it was that bad. I can't believe it. Like, how bad that was. I mean, it usually like screams. Like, I feel like it's really weird to hear screams performed so poorly. I don't know why. I feel like if you sing a song, cleans for example, you can notice them not performing them well easier, I think. With screams, you can kind of get away with being a bit naff or a bit off, or because they're harder to sort of distinct, aren't they? Whereas you could tell that every scream was just poorly executed, and it's shocking performance. No crowd, no almost stage presence as well. Just nothing about the performance was good.
No, I totally agree. And the thing with screams, like, it sounds like. Oh, sorry. I'm fucking
bored watching
falling
that.
asleep after seeing that performance. It almost sounds like he's trying to preserve his voice for the tour, but it's like there's one thing like preserving your voice and like putting in less effort, and there's one thing using like the minimum effort possible and putting on a shit performance. It's like to do a scream, you actually have to like scream. You actually have to like put energy into it. He put like 1% energy into it, like one line at a time. Like, it was just really sad. Really,
I know that song really well, and I couldn't understand any of the lyrics as well in the screams and in the cleans. Like, he barely said any of the words. Like, and that's shocking, and that's obviously off the bat you can tell that it's just such a poor performance. Like, I could understand like some artists, they'll, I guess if they want to preserve their voice box with the screams, they may not scream as like they do on the actual album, but like, he didn't even bother singing any of the song. No. Like, he didn't do any of it. He might as well not been there.
He looked like he fucking just hated doing it, didn't he?
He actually didn't even like. I'd rather like he just stood there and they played backing track, him singing and screaming, rather than be there, because every time he sung, it sounded so bad. Yeah, and it's a shame because the other bandmates they did a good job.
Yeah,
they sounded really good. Other than that, but yeah, so it's just awful to.
Very sad state of affairs.
Yeah, shocking, absolutely shocking. Yeah, that was definitely a lot worse than the segment that I heard earlier.
That was the worst one.
Yeah,
for sure.
that was awful.
Like, he just looked so uninterested, no stage presence. The minimal singing, screaming he did do took away from the backing track, which is a bad place to be.
Awful all-round performance. So I totally agree with the backlash, because that can't be happening.
Something's got to change with Alexandria. Yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you think they should try again with Danny, like give him one last chance and then you're out, or do you reckon this is last chance? Do you reckon it's already done? Yeah, it's his final episode. Do you reckon they need Dennis back or a new member? I don't think they'll work with Dennis again because apparently he's hard to work with as a person.
Yeah, and he's doing other stuff anyway, isn't he? So
yeah, we'll see. So yeah, did you see the latest with Ronnie?
I did. So the other side of the gossip in the metal sphere is all about Ronnie, and usually it's just about Ronnie being a bit of an arsehole or people not agreeing with some of his points, which each their own, whatever. Yeah. But this is something that Ronnie's he's getting praise for once, which is shocking, really. But also it's a shocking subject, isn't it?
Well, Ronnie's latest thing is like to kind of take away from his own imperfections, as he points out. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say imperfections, but he points out any major wrongdoing with like underage kids and like people with allegations and stuff. So his latest one was Crossfaith.
Crossfaith, yeah.
So he apparently is recently out on tour with them, and he called out Daiku, I think. Daiku, is his name, who's in Crossfaith, and literally latest developments just happened now. that Crossfaith have come out and said they've confirmed the messages to an underage girl, and they kicked him out. And then Ronnie has then commented on that, saying that he already told them that, and they had a completely different non-public response, and they were like, "Oh, in our culture, we look younger," and tried to like,
yeah, that's not okay, is
cover it up. So yeah, not looking good for Crossfaith right now. Ronnie just, causing fires. I mean, to be fair, I don't hate that. I think
he's done the right thing there.
I think it's quite bold to to call that shit out when you see it. And if you see something like that, I think you should call it out. I think that is crossing the line. So fair enough. It's a bit of a bummer because I do like Crossfaith, but I can't. Nobody can excuse that behaviour.
No, that's for sure. And he's Ronnie's kind of made it his mission to target this, hasn't he? On social media, he tries to find, I think he had the whole thing about Anthony Kiedis, didn't he? Fairly recently from Chili Peppers. And he's I think something in his book, but he's always trying to obviously he was gonna blow this up for sure. But yeah, no, it is shocking, to be fair. He's done the right thing.
I think some praise should go towards Ronnie because he has a massive platform, and this is an example of him using it in the right way. I don't agree with everything Ronnie does, but I think that I do agree with this. I think that if you see something like that, you should point it out, especially if you have a platform. I think a lot of people would be scared of the potential repercussions, or
I think Ronnie's done enough.
Themselves.
He's done enough stuff now that he's not bulletproof, but he's nothing's shocking from Ronnie at this point. He just speaks out about everything. So when you are this sort of character, and it's not as shocking to keep speaking out, which is a good thing in a way, because it means he can just now talk about anything that he kind of wants. He's got that for him.
There's some people that don't really speak out about anything, so it'd be weird.
Shocking. Yeah.
So it'd be weird if they just suddenly called out Crossfaith, say the bassist in Alexandria. You're like, what? You haven't posted, you never post, because Ronnie posts nearly every day. Yeah, it's normal for him to be more in the conversation of current events.
There's also another side of it where you'd it's probably fake news if it's coming from Ronnie. I feel does he say too much that just doesn't, he sort of voids it, but. So that's where, when someone does say something who doesn't usually speak up, that's where it could be more impactful. But I know Ronnie is probably quite an honest person, so he wouldn't just make stuff up. So I do kind of, although you may not agree with his opinions and his thoughts and whatever, but he is just an honest person who speaks his mind. So
he is,
if you don't,
100%.
it's the other person's decision if they want to.
I don't think I've ever seen Ronnie caught out in a lie.
No, exactly.
If he has said something that's not true, he believes it's true at the time.
Yeah. He's an honest and
he's a lot of things, but he isn't a liar.
Yeah, no, that's what we're trying to go with. Yeah. Don't really know what else to say about it, but
I think that about wraps up today. Thanks so much for coming on the Metal Lounge again.
That's all right.
Nice to have you for the third time now. You're a bloody mainstay. From nothing to mainstay.
I know, yeah.
Not nothing. You've been thumbnail coordinator.
Yes.
Data analysis.
Yeah, helping out behind the scenes, but now I'm in the scenes. Yeah. I don't know which I prefer yet, but no, I've been enjoying it. Yeah, happy to help.
Good to have you on. And we're at Radar next week.
Yes.
So should have lots of cool content. I'll try and get some stuff done on the fly out there. Really excited for that. Jake's coming along with that.
Yeah, should be fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Seeing some cool bands.
So stick around for that. If you got this far, give this video a like. Think about subscribing. Lots of fun stuff coming up. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Yep. See you later, guys.
Bye.